before the decision was taken. Prime Minister used to say, Didi, oh Didi, oh Didi. And I think the message wasn't right. So this time he has avoided that play.
Yeah, as he, it's a recalibrated, a more sophisticated governance, being at the forefront rather than the personality of Mamata. And let's understand and admit that Mamata is very popular in the, in the local parlance. To beat that constituency, you need to have a national, imperative. That's where governance comes into play, and I think Sandesh Kelly became, came from nowhere to actually.
We have 30 seconds before we hit the break, but one question. Let me ask you this question. Bengal is one state where you have 30% Muslim population. The calculation is if you get 50% of the Hindu vote, you win the election. Which means that if the Bharatiya Janata Party has 50% of the Hindu votes in West Bengal, which is 45%, it's true.
See, I think this number is something which is maintaining the steam of 2019 into 2024. Absolutely. We have to understand that assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections for the last several elections are completely separate. And the third thing is Sandesh Khali may have had impact in pockets. I think Jayanto will be the best person to shed more light on it. But the area where Sandesh Khali fought, North Chobis Paragana, is going to be where the TMC is very, very strong.
Is this the reason why Prime Minister very categorically during the day the manifesto was released said, we need a stable government with a good mandate because the world has become fragile?
Absolutely. He is talking about a national perspective in a Lok Sabha election in West Bengal, rather than a very, very direct attack on the local incumbents.
Yes. So that was part one, and we deciphered an important aspect as Assam Bharatiya Janata Party is sweeping. I really don't need to get into the detail, but this is what Ram Madhav minted 10 years ago. It is called Khilonjia Sarkar, the government of the indigenous people. But that's for another day, another debate. It's time for a break, but don't go away. I had 9 on points, and the second on point will be on NDA versus India in Maharashtra, a close fight.
Start with the end in mind. You need to know where you want to reach. Every morning that we wake up, we are exercising our choice. The destiny is decided. The results are known that I'm going to win. Life of a goalkeeper is something which has always intrigued me.
When you come into a stadium, this is the highest level of pressure.
When I set out to do something, I decide in my mind that failure is not an option.
What you feel very strongly about, those are the stories to tell.
I have a mind which is absolutely restless.
Mind and body are entangled sensations.
That brings me back to golf. It's an amazing game.
This is not a perfect game. You only learn from them.
If you have a formula to a success, then you can replicate it.
I feel this is my first step. I'm starting now.
The winner is first born in the mind. I think, therefore I am. We are all about our mind.
This and more, streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe now.
Now let's go to the Deccan. Maharashtra is going to be a tough contest when it comes to both India and it comes to NDA. And if we go to Madhya Pradesh, if we go to Gujarat, I think there is no contest there. And the reason is simple. The difference of vote between Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress Party is more than 6%. It's something, whether you call it the success of Panna Pramukh or whether you call it consolidation of subaltern Hindutva votes, it's out of reach for the Congress Party in this election. But the focus area we'll start on is Maharashtra, because in Maharashtra, it's a flabbergasting choice for the voters. Imagine, first there were 2 parties. Then they became 2 into 2, which means BJP and Shiv Sena versus Congress and NCP. And now you have 3 against 3, which means you have Congress and you have Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray's party, and then you have Sharad Pawar's party, and then you have the Ajit Pawar's NCP, and then you have Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, and then you have Bharatiya Janata Party, and on the side, I would say on the ring, you have the Athawales and you have the Marxists, then you have the RPI. So I would say that it's going to be a tough choice. The way electorate is going to behave is very different. Maharashtra is pretty diverse. It's not one state. It's Maharashtra, it's Vidarbha, it's Mumbai, it's Thane, it is Saurashtra, and then the upper Maharashtra is closer to Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, where the entire Chhindwara belt and the the lower Madhya Pradesh belt meets. So, and then you have the belt which is directly juts into Chhattisgarh, which we call the Naxalite belt, Gadchiroli. So Maharashtra is going to be the center of our debate. Kabir, let's start from Maharashtra first.
Well, absolutely. All those factors at play, the Maharashtra melting pot. We'll have to wait and find out what happens over here, but this state is going to be another pot boiler. Let's throw those numbers over here very quickly. Maharashtra, that's going to be second on point today, ladies and gentlemen. Bharatiya Janata Party projected to bag 25 seats. Shiv Sena, the real Shiv Sena, if they could please stand up. This is Eknath Shinde that we're talking about, is going to bag 3 seats. The Congress Party, 5 seats projected for the Congress Party. Shiv Sena UBT, that is Uddhav Thackeray's faction, is going to get 10 seats. Now, another major chunk of the India alliance coming from the Shiv Sena UBT. And the NCP, Sharad Pawar, the 3 versus 3 that Karthik was talking about, is going to bag another 5 seats. All of these are projections, but interestingly, let's also tell you what happened last time around. Now, in 2019, according to the numbers, 41 seats with the NDA. This time, the NDA is projected to secure only 28 seats. That breakup being 25 for the Bharatiya Janata Party and 3 seats for Eknath Shinde. On the India Alliance aspect, 20 seats this time around. Last time, it was just 5 seats. So, an uptick about another 15 seats that is being projected. A breakup of that particular chunk is that the Congress Party gets 5 seats. Shiv Sena, UBT, Uddhav Thackeray manages to secure 10 seats.
There is no NCP Ajit Pawar faction, which is the real NCP.
The real NCP. Well, absolutely. It seems to be missing because, you know, a 3 versus 3 fight, no matter what you do, the pie remains the same. How many eaters come onto the table, the size of the pie remains the same.
You, even in politics, you can get a... Even in politics, even in politics, you can get a 0. And I don't think Maharashtra is the first state we forget. In assembly election, there was a party which got 0.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Ajit Pawar pretty much absent from this, rightly pointed out. This is the scenario for Maharashtra. But there are some other key states that you also mentioned, Karthikeya. Of course, the vote share being the major factor there. These are essentially BJP bastions. Let's quickly put some light on Madhya Pradesh now, shall we? In Madhya Pradesh, 29 seats up for grabs. And this is what the projections are telling us for Madhya Pradesh. The BJP getting 29 out of the 29 seats. So, this is what the projections are telling us. Also, last time around, it was 28 seats for the NDA. एक और seat बढ़ गई है. The UPA and the Congress Party going to come up empty-handed. And whilst we're talking about Madhya Pradesh, let's throw some light on Gujarat. After Gujarat, we'll go to Rajasthan. But first on Gujarat, this is what is happening in Gujarat as per the projections that we have. Now, 26 seats, ladies and gentlemen, that are going to go to polls in Gujarat. The NDA, again, bagging all the 26 seats, which is exactly what happened last time around. 26 of 26 going to the BJP. This is what is being projected this time around. Neighboring state, Rajasthan, let's quickly take a look at there. No change in fortunes for the NDA or the Bharatiya Janata Party. Well, this time it seems Rajasthan, well, mind you, I beg your pardon, there seems to be a little bit of a change in fortunes. The NDA last time bagged the entire state. It was a complete sweep for the NDA. 25 of 25 going to the NDA. This time, the NDA gets only 19 seats, all 19 going to the Bharatiya Janata Party. But now Congress Party gets 2 seats. It also manages 1 seat each for the RLTP, the CPIM and the BAAP as well. Chhattisgarh is pretty much a similar sort of a scenario. Let's quickly take a look at the Chhattisgarh numbers. BJP getting 11 out of the 11 seats. So, you know, a similar retention. Last time around in 2019, it was 9 seats for the BJP. This time it is 11 seats. And very quickly, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, not much changing here as well. Out of 4 of the 4 seats, last time it was BJP. This time again, BJP is, you know, the sole winner as per the projections. And if we quickly take a look at Uttarakhand, the other hill state that we have up in the north of the country, in Uttarakhand, you have Bharatiya Janata Party again taking 5 of 5, which was exactly what happened in 2019. But shifting our focus back again on the Maharashtra pot boiler, let's throw those numbers up here. Karthikeya, over to you.
Thank you. You know, you don't have to read tea leaves to understand what's happening in Rajasthan. For the first time in last 3 decades, Congress Party did not lose by a huge margin. Congress Party got seats in 70s. If you look at the data of 2003, if you subsequently look at the data of 2008 and the earlier data, whenever Congress Party was losing the election, it would get 25 seats. So this time when they lost, I think they lost by a respectable margin. You know? And it is for this reason that these numbers are showing they're getting 2 seats. It's reflecting what had happened in assembly. BJP was not able to decimate Congress party. They won the state handsomely. But Rakesh, coming to Maharashtra, it's a big loss, face loss for Ajit Pawar. You know, Baramati or any other thing, but it's a big face loss to a man who said Sharad Pawar should retire. And the old man is standing tall even with 5 seats.
Well, I think Maharashtra is a big Maha gamble. You know, we still don't know exactly how well it's going to play out because, you know, too many players in the fray, as our graphic couldn't capture all of them, even the 0 that we missed out. Most importantly, Maharashtra has never played like that. It's been a very decisive vote. So, you know, in our recent memory, but this election, for every party there is a clone. You know, there are 3 Shiv Senas. If you add, you know, the Raj Thackeray also getting into the fray supporting BJP, there are 2 NCPs. So I think the voter at the end of it is absolutely confused exactly, you know, where to vote. If they have made up their mind like this, then I think they've been wise about making a verdict which
is also telling me one more story. Bharatiya Janata Party is doing well and not the allies. And Congress is not doing well, but if you look at other state data, allies are doing better.
Well, it could have done much better had it been in an alliance in the original format. So look at it from BJP's perspective. It's losing, it's got a setback in Maharashtra, it's got a setback in Bihar, it's got a setback in Rajasthan. It's made some gains so far we've seen in Odisha. And, you know, if Punjab numbers hold, 3 seats, did I remember? 3 or 4 seats. So, but the losses in these 3 states, big states, Maharashtra, Bihar and Rajasthan also, are something that I think, you know, will make this election quite interesting.
Brijesh, you were posted in Gujarat. I want to localize this question. Why any party, any political party, despite Patil Andolan, despite Congress creating a close shave earlier, they're not able to break into BJP's turf. What is that something which makes them hold on to that state?
Well, I think, there is a heady cocktail of the kind of developments plus Hindutva which Prime Minister Narendra Modi brings to the state is something which the BJP, the Congress has yet to find a counter of. B, the kind of organizational shape which the BJP runs there in Gujarat has to be seen to be believed. The Congress is in absolute disarray. The top bosses of the Congress, be it Arjun Modwadia, Shakti Singh Gohil and all, they were all spent forces and yet they were allowed to run the course of the state for a very long time. It has reflected in complete, stagnation of imagination as far as Congress is concerned in the state of Gujarat. And that is the reason why it has been a complete, walkover as far as BJP is concerned. From 2014 onwards, it has been just one factor. May give 500 factors to analyze why Modi wins the way he wins in Gujarat. It is just one thing, which is Gujarati Asmita. Now, him winning, being the Bada Pradhan in Delhi, and be an extension of the Gujarati Asmita, there's nothing else which works for any other party as far as the state of Gujarat.
Rakesh, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand.
In fact, if I can add on Gujarat,
absolutely.
The most interesting thing, Karthikeya, to note is that Gujarat model, which has come in for a lot of praise and also some criticism.
And also something to add,
so Gujarat model in the electoral perspective is the model to study at length. I mean, both at the assembly elections and now at the national elections. There isn't a precedent to my mind where the mandate is so one-sided and so decisive. So it goes back to Gujarati Asmita, development and Modi being the face of that
I'll add one more thing because sometimes there's a historical perspective. This was the same state which gave the biggest majority to the Congress party, Madhav Singh Solanki, and then he was succeeded by Suresh Mehta. But what led to the demise of the Congress, people forget. They forged Kham. Kham was forced on the backward caste consolidation, something similar which Siddaramaiah has done in Karnataka.
That's right.
But it alienated the upper castes in long run. Since 1989, they have never voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party. But that's for another debate. But Rakesh, what has happened in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, these states used to oscillate. One, they are simple states, 48% Thakurs, some 35-37% Brahmins, simple arithmetic states, a very small proportion of the ST and SC population. Why this complete hegemony of Bharatiya Janata Party? I mean, so it's a sweep, you know. And even if you look at the statistics for Himachal Pradesh, where Congress is in power, it's by a very thin margin.
Well, I think, you know, these two states, the hill states, represent the larger Hindu heartland, you know, strength of Modi and BJP and NDA. I think they've been very consistent with that line, who they are, where do they stand, and that line, you know, resonates across UP, Uttarakhand, all the Hindi-speaking markets. In Hindi-speaking markets, barring Bihar, as we are seeing now, predominantly it's going to be BJP all the way. You know, if Bihar results, though BJP is claiming that it will improve its performance, but the numbers that we have do show a contest.
And also the fact that, you know, that what AK Antony committee's report said, that, you know, the Congress has been perceived as anti-Hindu, anti-upper caste.
Absolutely.
And that is something which always works. And UCC, Uttarakhand has become the first state to adopt UCC.
You know, it was not one committee. There was an AK Antony committee in late 90s. There was another AK Antony committee when they lost 2014 elections, and there was another committee, and you know, I can say this when I interacted with late Sheila Dikshit. She said that this was something which was discussed at the highest levels of the Congress party, that the sentiment that we only protect minorities has gone down against us. But I really don't know why.
And Karthik, note that if people had forgotten about what Antony said to his internal brass, you know, people in India bloc down south reignited their dream.
But you know,
we call this Hindi-speaking market, it's become like Hindu-speaking markets.
Absolutely, but you know, before I move on to the third on point, and before getting into the third part of my debate, let me tell you that what you should not miss. This one is about Ajit Pawar versus Sharad Pawar, tussle in Baramati, and how the winner will be the real survivor in this election. So I'm talking about what? Fractured Family, News9 Plus, our OTT platform. It's a special documentary. Please go watch it. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. And now, the time for the third on point, which is the third part of my conversation with Rakesh and Brijesh, which is BJP gains, but Stalin holds the fort in Tamil Nadu. In this segment, we shall discuss the possible outcomes in the crucial South Indian states. And when I'm talking about South Indian states, I'm talking about the 5 states. And the 5 states are Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and most important of all, Karnataka. These 5 states have 5 different battles. So before I go to Kabir, and I'll, you know, before I put the numbers up there, I have a question to you, Brijesh. Do you really think that this 3-party alliance can throw up a challenge to Jagan Mohan Reddy? Because last election, Jagan Mohan Reddy polled 49% in Vidhan Sabha and 48.7% in Lok Sabha. I think probably the only party in this country to be polling close to 50%.
Karthik, see, vote shares are never static. They are a reflection of the popular sentiment at that particular point of time. Congress won more than 400, and then, you know, ever since has been on the margins of the electoral history, never getting an absolute majority on its own. The thing is that, you know, there are times when you start understanding, if you have to look at how the politicians of that particular state behave. If you remember, you know, post the debacle, post the win of Congress party in Telangana, you know, the number of people which started shifting from YRCP to both Congress and TDP and other states is a clear hint that, you know, that people or the politicians have realized that, you know, all is not well as far as the state of Andhra Pradesh is concerned, and that is the reason why, you know, there have been a pretty one-sided exodus which have witnessed, which is similar in the lines that we have witnessed in Odisha.
I think that is why Jagan Mohan is also personalizing his yatra. The very famous episode which has taken place and now being in public domain is that a stone was being pelted and everything. I'm no one to contest what has happened, but the fact that, you know, it was pushed as a narrative and you know, it became part of the national mainstream story shows that he's personalizing the election. Rakesh, there is the push of Prime Minister in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Before I throw to Kabir, what makes Prime Minister so convinced that he will have some incremental gains there, and why are those incremental gains happening?
Karthik, I pointed out earlier also, South for BJP and Prime Minister himself is a medium-term project. He's working hard like they worked in Northeast. They didn't, BJP didn't make that kind of inroad in Northeast overnight. They have been at this and they have now made strong, inroads there, courtesy Himanta Biswa Sharmas of the world and the entire, ecosystem that they have created in the BJP parlance. Similarly, in South, Prime Minister is, working extremely hard. If you look at the kind of number of rallies that he has done and the time spent in this election already in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, more so in Tamil Nadu, there is a game plan. Whether that game plan works or not is a matter of, timing. We will come to know on June 4. But as of now, the idea is to try and reimagine BJP in South. So BJP in North is the Hindu-speaking party.
It is like this when I was in school, Sardar Patel Vidyalaya, I had a conversation with a very close friend of mine and he said, और कितनी सीट आएगी ब्राह्मण बनिया पार्टी कहाँ निकलेगी यूपी के बाहर? I was saying maybe he's right, and then gradually if you have the will and the flexibility in terms of ideology, they expanded, and I'm talking way back in early 90s. Kabir, take us through all the 5 states,
yep,
because
absolutely.
there's also one surprise, and the state which I have not mentioned, and I would say
so
that
is.
is.
I was just trying to complete my sentence. Was that BJP in South is, if you do the close decoding the DNA, it's entirely different from BJP in the North in terms of its campaign pitch. It's essentially development. In North, the pitch is entirely different.
But yeah, one question I'll definitely ask, because when this campaign pitch changes, I've seen it in Nagaland, they don't talk about food. Food has become an issue. And I don't think food can be an issue in South India because it's pretty much diverse. Kabir.
But what's another issue in South India? It's a human-animal conflict. A state like Kerala is specifically a constituency like Wayanad. That's a big and a major issue over there. But let's quickly take the viewers through all the South Indian states that we're focusing on. This is our poll projections for the state of Karnataka first, ladies and gentlemen. And Karnataka, an important state because this time around a thumping majority for the Congress party under Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar. 28 seats up for grabs. The Bharatiya Janata Party getting 20 seats. JDS projected to secure 3 seats for itself, and the Congress Party securing 5 seats for itself. A quick comparison as to what happened last time around. Out of the 28 seats, 25 seats went to the NDA. This time only, if you do the calculation, that's about 23 seats for the NDA. For the India bloc, that had managed just the 2 seats last time around, a little bit of a gain over there. Again, I think a little, representative of what happened in the assembly elections as well. Quickly shifting our focus to the state of Tamil Nadu that Karthik had really readily pointed out. It seems like MK Stalin is holding the fort for the opposition when we're looking at the state of Tamil Nadu. The DMK at 18 seats, that's the lion's share. AIA-DMK at about 2 seats, that's the projection, what we're picking up. BJP, another 2 seats. Interesting point, and of course the panelists will talk about that as well. The Congress Party at 8 seats, the PMK that is in alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party under the NDA umbrella at 1 seats, and others backing 8 seats. Giving you a quick comparison as to what happened last time around, the NDA had just the 1 seat. This time the NDA has 5 seats. So those incremental gains that Rakesh was talking about, maybe we could throw some light on that as well. For the India Alliance, this time around it's 32 seats. Last time around the UPA had 32 seats, so not much changing on that front. But for the NDA that had just the 1 seat, this time 5 seats being projected. All right, from Tamil Nadu, let's quickly shift our focus to Andhra Pradesh, where the stone pelting fiasco and controversy has come to light, certainly. After, Jagan Mohan Reddy, stones were pelted at the rallies of Janasena and Chandrababu Naidu as well. Very quickly, BJP getting 2 seats this time around, TDP at 8 seats, the Janasena Party at 2 seats, YSRCP at 13, and Congress unable to open its account if the projections are anything to go by. And Andhra Pradesh, let me quickly tell you what happened last time around. The NDA and the UPA couldn't manage to bag even a single seat, all 25 not with the UPA or the NDA. This time YSRCP getting only 13 seats. And its neighboring state, Telangana, let's talk about that as well. Revanth Reddy is the new chief minister in that particular state. K. Chandrasekhar Rao's tenure, it came to an end in the recent assembly elections. And now this is what Telangana, this is how politics is shaping up in the state of Telangana. BJP getting 7 seats, Congress getting 8 seats, Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti, K. Chandrasekhar Rao's party, sitting at just the 1 seat, and AIMIM, it seems like there's no removing Asaduddin Owaisi from the parliament. No matter where he somehow, the window, the door, somehow finds his way inside the parliament. Last time around, very quickly, Karthike, last time in 2019, NDA had 4 seats, the UPA had just the 3 seats, and this time the BRS has pretty much nothing, just one seat to show for it. I also have Kerala statistics with me, if I could throw that on the screen over here. BJP getting 3 seats, UDF getting 14 seats, LDF at just the 3 seats. Last time around, the NDA had 0 seats and UPA had 16 seats. This time, it's looking at 3 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Another round of those incremental games. Over to you, gentlemen.
So there are 2 big takeaways, if you ask me. One, the Janasena, BJP and Babu, they have given a good fight to YSRCP. The second takeaway is from Telangana. I think that should be the heart of our conversation. It just tells us that Bharatiya Janata Party retains its Hindutva vote bank. It's a rising force in Telangana, but there is another story in there. And the story is, even if the Congress is doing well, the Congress will eat into the votes of the regional parties. It will not make a foray into the Hindutva vote bank. This was the case in the Karnataka election where they decimated Gaudas. This was the case in Telangana when they won the state. And even in Lok Sabha, they are decimating BRS. They are completely decimating BRS. The top family of BRS, they are not contesting any Lok Sabha election. Kavita is behind bars. The leaders are joining Congress party day after day. So Rakesh, do you think that the Telangana is one state where BJP can be really hopeful after Karnataka?
Well, I think it's shaping up well for them. If you look at the assembly elections, they increased their vote share from, I think, to about 14%. Double digits. And now with these number of seats that they're getting in Telangana, they would be extremely happy to, really work harder to make them count in that state. Overall, if these numbers really come up the way they are, this is a significant gain, for BJP in South. Because South and BJP meant Karnataka. In Karnataka, they are losing. Karnataka was the gateway. They are losing, but they are making incremental gains. Kabir rightly used that word in other states in South. So net, the story as it spawns out in 2024 June 4 would be that BJP is truly a pan-India party now.
Vijay, it seems that in Kerala, since the left is supposed to be the original Hindu party of the state, the Erwas vote, Prime Minister seems to have badgered the life out of the left. Congress has consolidated. The left is almost wiped out, and that's where the 3 seats of BJP are coming.
I think, one of the things is that if you look at the BJP's South India politics, there are 2 things to it. A, the expansion theory, because you have expanded to your max in the North Indian states, so you have to expand to be called a pan-India party, as Rakesh just pointed out. The second thing is that, Karnataka may be the only success model, but the real battle, and when I use the word battle, I mean Gori battle, was something which was being fought in the state of Kerala. If you look at the number of RSS men, people who have died, and the number of left wing and the kind of violent clashes, and by violent means really violent clashes which has taken between the two, is something which which can be chronicled and made a movie out of. There, the last time I was there when Amit Shah did a 10-kilometer rally. They have gone really big on the state of Karnataka in the Kerala. If they win 3 seats, I think this will be as big as them making a headway or getting into Tamil Nadu.
I don't understand these pockets of violent places. Even Jagan Mohan Reddy's grandfather, very few people know, was hacked to death. There's a very famous film that was made on it. Even in Kannur, I absolutely agree with you. The sort of killings that take place, they go unreported. It becomes part and parcel of the daily life. But why so much of canvassing for incremental gains? You're saying it's a long-term project, but medium-term project.
Yeah.
But the sort of canvassing which the Prime Minister has done is humongous.
There are no free lunches in politics, like in life. What is most important is that South is not an easy market for BJP, if I can use that phrase, market, because there are ideological polarizations already in place. Kerala, he pointed out, Kerala is the toughest state for BJP to make an entry. I completely agree with him. It is not Telangana, it is not Tamil Nadu, because the kind of ideological polarization that is happening in Kerala puts BJP really at the other end of the, and BJP is identified as RSS there, because the route to any growth in Kerala is through RSS. So they're being, really hauled up, if I can use that phrase, in their effort to try and make a, make a picture.
Vijay, if you look at the Karnataka, before I close this segment, surprisingly, BJP's house is not in order. You know, if you look at the Dingleshwar Swami controversy, if you look at the resentment, the Lingayat segment, and you have a party chief or sort of a big Lingayat leader who was retired and now runs the party in Karnataka, BJP still seems to be doing well. Why has Congress failed to retain a state like Karnataka? Flabbergasts.
If you compare it for the last time, well, there are 3 more than that.
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, that's taking sucker out of mere statistical.
That's generous.
But the fact is that, see, you have to understand one thing, Karthike, very clearly, you know, that the Dingleshwar Swami and others, they are not going to create that much of dent in the BJP's run as far as
Doesn't make a difference in front of Yedurappa.
Please try to understand that when it comes to Lingayats, Yedurappa is the man. So for them to, or for a Dingleshwar Swami or for someone to counter Yedurappa as the tallest Lingayat leader, he has to reimagine the entire Congress. The second thing is, in Lok Sabha, the BJP in the last 2 elections, and this will be the 3rd election, they run only on one thing, which is Prime Minister's image and the Prime Minister's charisma. That is the reason why the BJP is able to see through despite so many controversies. One more line I would like to add. You said that, you know, why this so much emphasis in Tamil Nadu. That the point is, Karthike, in Tamil Nadu has also been work in progress for quite some time. You know, we have done shows in which AIADMK, which was a partner of BJP, they would say कि इसको अपनी औकात नहीं पता है when they talked about Annamalai. And when the OPS EPS went to meet Amit Shah, Annamalai occupied pride of the place. So they are backing him like anything.
But we can't close this segment without mentioning one person, a man who waited for long in the shadow of a very famous father, someone who quoted arrest even during emergency, and his name is Stalin. You know, his party has put Congress in a spot. Sanatan Dharm controversy, Prime Minister badgered the life out of the Congress party in Sanatan Dharm. But what is making Stalin tick, Rakesh?
See, Tamil Nadu is a state.
I'm just talking about Stalin. What is making him tick? Because if he wins this, if he gets the seat in Lok Sabha, I'm telling you, he will
again get more than this.
Again, he's going to sweep Tamil Nadu. Again, he's going to sweep Tamil Nadu because you have no ADMK there. You have no one there. And he's going to be counted as one of the tall leaders.
Undoubtedly, because, you know, from a governance paradigm, whatever challenges they had, they removed their own finance minister who was considered like a brighter or a Chidambaram in the making. So he's done his own course corrections. And Tamil Nadu is not a work in progress when it comes to the development paradigm. It is, you know, one of the states vying to get Tesla on board. So it is really on the track of development. So development as a plaque will work as much for BJP. The big story, you're right, in Tamil Nadu is that AIADMK is finished. If these numbers really come up.
No opposition.
No opposition. So if BJP is in opposition for the next 5 years later, then Stalin is tall.
So the reason why I asked this question is that this story is going to get reversed when it comes to Odisha, and that's where I started from. After Naveen Babu, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, BJP will be the only party standing there. And in that case, BJP has an organization. In Tamil Nadu, whether you like it or not, you have a political family which is firmly rooted in all parts of Tamil Nadu. All parts, which is the North Tamil Nadu, the Central Tamil Nadu and the South Tamil Nadu. So as we say, we save the best for the last. The deserts, yes, I have saved Uttar Pradesh for the last. So who is doing well, you already know. After this break, in my 4th on point, I'll tell you why BJP is doing so well in Uttar Pradesh. So BJP is set to sweep Uttar Pradesh again. Its tally is set to rise from 62 to 68 seats. Kabir, just give us the data.
Well, absolutely. You know what, Uttar Pradesh, we will talk about that. There are 2 places that we must definitely, talk about as well very quickly, just for the, sake of giving the numbers. In the national capital, let's first quickly look at what's happening in the national capital, Delhi. Bharatiya Janata Party, it seems like Bharatiya Janata Party is going to bag 6 seats. Aam Aadmi Party just the 1 seat. Last time around, giving you a comparison, all the 7 seats went to the NDA. Well, India bloc, are they at play over here or not? Well, we'll find out very soon. 4th of June is when, the dust is going to settle. But 1 seat for the Aam Aadmi Party. Again, people are saying a big, incremental gain for the Aam Aadmi Party if these projections do hold true. And also, we must talk about Jammu and Kashmir as well. Let's throw the figures of Jammu and Kashmir over here. 5 seats. Last time around, it was 6 seats. BJP this time projected to secure 2 seats, 3 seats for the JKNC, essentially meaning the India Opposition Alliance. They're part of the opposition bloc. But like you pointed out, the power state, Uttar Pradesh, the dessert of the show. Let's throw those numbers over here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Uttar Pradesh looks like at the moment. Say 80 seats that are going to go up for grabs, 64 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 2 for the RLD. Essentially, I can already look at, a 65 plus for the NDA. The Apna Dal, Sonewal is going to get 2 seats. Samajwadi Party, 11 seats. The Congress Party, just the 1 seat. A quick comparison as to what happened in 2019, ladies and gentlemen. The NDA got 62 seats. This time around, the NDA is projected to bag 68 seats, more than just an incremental gain. 64 for the BJP, 2 for the RLD, and 2 for the Apna Dal.
Kabir, I'm sorry, I'm stopping you short because I'm short of time. Before I go to UP, Rakesh, please tell us what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir.
Jammu and Kashmir, just to correct Kabir, it's not an India bloc. They're contesting independently. So PDP is contesting against National Conference.
So what's happening there? After this reorganization from the 2 dynasties, which has emerged as the most prominent force?
I think, in this entire Gupkar, alliance, which was much talked about, the gainer...
our audience would not know what Gupkar is. You have to tell them.
Okay, post Article 370 abrogation, this new entity came, like the earlier avatar of India bloc, if I can call it, with a J&K version. So it was like NC, PDP, all parties...
Gupkar is a road. It's a very VVIP road in Srinagar. So if you start from one end of the Gupkar road, you'll find the head of the, the Intelligence Bureau's residence, and you find Farooq Abdullah's residence. Then you'll find Omar Abdullah's residence. You go straight and take a small left turn. At the left hand side, you'll find Raja Hari Singh's palace.
That's right.
And on the right, if you ask a local, you'll say Papa 5 the, but Papa 5 is now Mehbooba Mufti's residence.
No, that has also been taken away from her.
Taken away from her. And then if you go forward, on the left hand side, you'll have Dal Lake. On the right hand side, you can see the way to Lalit Hotel. It's a beautiful.
So Karthik has taken you on a journey of Dal Lake, short of it. So National Conference all the way. I think
I miss it.
You miss it.
I really miss it. I really miss it.
So Umar Farooq and Farooq Abdullah are carrying the can there, and I think Mehbooba Mufti somewhere down the line has lost the plot. Though it's surprising because she's contesting in Anantnag against Ghulam Nabi Azad,
yes,
and Mia Altaf of National Conference. So the big seat to watch in J&K out of those 3 seats, is it going to Mia Altaf? That means Mehbooba is losing to both Ghulam Nabi Azad and Mia Altaf.
मैं एक फ्रेज उल्टा करके बोल देता हूँ, ये 2012 का था, लेकिन तुम समझ जाओगे ब्रिजेश, कोई नहीं है टक्कर में, कहाँ पड़े हो चक्कर में.
Yeah. See, the point is that I
that was something which Samajwadi Party used in 2012.
But
assembly elections.
Honestly speaking, I'm a bit surprised at the numbers which the UP has thrown up. UP, if you look at the numbers, 64 is 64 is given to BJP, which means that the BJP adds only 1 seat to its last tally. But 11 seats to Samajwadi Party
is significant.
So where are they getting these seats?
That is what I would love to know. Because 11 seats if Samajwadi Party is getting and 1 seat which Congress is getting, I would love to see which 1 seat the Congress is getting.
Either they are losing Amethi or Raebareli.
I don't know, but I mean, look at the numbers. See, BJP doing 64 is a given. I mean, I would be surprised if BJP was getting 58. BJP 64 is a given. Given, the Pran Pratishtha, Ram Temple, killing of gangsters and betterment of law and order and all. The Yogi factor, Modi factor, the overarching Modi factor. But Samajwadi Party getting 11 seats is a big number. I mean, if you compare it with 2019, I mean, Samajwadi Party has done very well as far as this election is concerned. And I would definitely again add, love to know from where the Congress is winning that 1 seat.
And especially in Delhi, which is that 1 seat going to Rakesh, I would like to know.
2019, I don't think it can only be about Muslim vote, because in 2019, a lot of people said Muslim vote will create a sort of a search for SP. It didn't happen. So I think it has to be Muslim plus something which Samajwadi Party is getting.
I mean, this M plus Y is a combination.
But not enough to reach 50% mark for Hindutva consolidation. It's not enough.
No, but 11 seats doesn't mean 50%. 11 seats is a progress over what it achieved last time.
Is it also because of the fact that maybe those data quantifications have not taken place? As we go nearer to the polls, we'll be doing that and bringing to you. For example, a part of the UP which is in the Pilibhit, which we call Tarai belt, there's a slightly Thakur unrest there. You know, those little
Uttar Pradesh also there's a Thakur unrest. I mean, today only a big Rajput rally was called, a Rajput Swabhiman rally was called.
Just to put in larger picture, you know, Rupala is in a problem. You know, protest in Gujarat. You know, they acquired a pan Gujarat when I sort of a proportion. When I spoke to people there, the BJP is going to win elections there, but it's going to bring down the margins. And in BJP in Gujarat, margins are the key. They are given margins to win, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, but net BJP and NDA is comfortably placed in UP.
Okay.
It's a gain for Samajwadi Party. Delhi is going to be interesting, Karthikeya. That one seat to up, it reverses a trend which we have seen for so many years now.
Yeah, 14 and 19.
I would always. I would.
So any bets on that? Which is that seat?
Brijesh? Maybe Chandni Chowk.
I will go Chandni Chowk. I think Chandni Chowk, they have this thing. But I would also like to add one more thing, that the way ticket distribution has been done in Delhi by Congress party, it leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, as in many states they have done. That they have hit the bullet.
Brijesh, that's an understatement.
And that's an understatement.
I
agree. But I'm just saying that.
Karthikeya, in contrast, look at BJP. They didn't go with BJD in Odisha.
अरे मनोज तिवारी को छोड़ के सबको तो घर बिठा दिया.
नहीं, मैं कहना look in the alliances. The alliance at last minute with TDP has really worked well for them.
It's the BJD which walked out of the
alliance. But whichever way, they didn't push them. They didn't push them.
Gentlemen, I'm really falling short of time. But you know, let me just give the big picture. The big picture is we have to understand that the BJP will become, after Panditji, Jawaharlal Nehru, the only party to get simple majority thrice. This was a feat which was achieved by Jawaharlal Nehru. After that, there was a minority government that was run by Indraji, and that was the first time when the left parties supported her and the split took place in the Congress. First it became Congress R, and then it became Congress I, and then the Congress O became the older party, vanished. The second big takeaway here is that in this election, if Bharatiya Janata Party becomes the party with simple majority again, as Suhas Pariskar very famously quoted in his article, what we witnessed in between 1996 to 2014 was an exception, apavad. And the larger frame of Indian politics is that you have one big dominant party and you have multiple regional and weak central parties. And if this is going to happen, then we know on which template the country is going to work for next at least 10 to 15 years, unless and until there is a black swan election. So this was a special edition of On Point on the poll which TV9 Polstrat conducted. But as I promised when I started my show, that I will give you 9 on points. I have discussed 4 on points, and I leave you with 5 more on points. Good night, gentlemen, and thank you all of you for joining me in my show. Thank you.